Hi friends! So I wanted to just give you a little bit of an update and a storytelling, should I call it, for the event that we did this last Thanksgiving. As you know, we like to host a Thanksgiving dinner. It's a tradition for Blanca and her team. This year, obviously because of COVID, we had to change things up a little bit and we had to reinvent ourselves. We couldn't do a sit-down dinner, so our original plan was to keep the number of people that we did last year, which is 200, and do a kind of like a food drive for the 200 people. This involved quite a bit of planning. I had to get a commercial insurance prepared for it. I also had to arrange for a commercial kitchen, which was all done and set up. But a week prior to the scheduled event, which is October 10th, our commercial kitchen got canceled on us. So obviously I was really bummed. I didn't know what to do. I didn't want to cancel the event, but at the same time I knew that I couldn't support and I couldn't host 200 people dinner in my kitchen at home. So what I decided to do was to still go ahead with the event, but I reduced the number of people to 75. Someone in my team, the lovely girl who works with me, she was able to create the Eventbrite and registered 75 people who were very interested in getting the dinner for Thanksgiving. And the scheduled pickup was between 3 and 6 p.m. at the Lohi Town Center Skytrust Station in Burnaby, it's a really good location because it's proximity to Coquitlam, Burnaby, and people from downtown just can come directly there. If you're in Poco, it's also quite accessible there. So that's the place that we decided on. And scheduled time was between 3 and 6. We were to arrive there with the 75 meals packed. So on the Friday, October the 9th, I went to Costco. I lined up. It was over an hour to get into the Costco because obviously everyone's trying to get their stuff for their meal at home. I picked up 5 turkeys. I picked up 3 bags of potatoes. I picked up so many bags, I can't remember how many bags in total of different vegetables. Those were carrots and they were broccoli, also green beans, and just a mixture of different vegetables. On the day of, which was October the 10th, on Saturday, October the 10th, I woke up at 4:09, my friends. It was not a good day to begin with because I'm not a morning person. I woke up at 4:09 and by 4:50 I had the first turkey in the oven. At 5:05 I had a second turkey in the oven because I have 2 ovens in my home. And by 7:30 I felt like I was doing really good timing. I managed to take a break. I had all the potatoes peeled by that time. I had prepped all the turkeys and they were ready to go in once the first ones were ready. And I think by around 10 a.m. the first turkey was done and I managed to put the second one in. And I also had one of those pressure cookers where I put an individual turkey on its own, so I kind of had like 3 going on at the same time. And throughout this whole time I was trying to get myself ready as well in order to look presentable. Maria Jose ended up coming by around noon time, and my son Noah, who is very helpful, wanted to also help out in portraiting out the meals. So all the turkeys were complete around 1ish, I would say like 1:45, but I kept on running out of veggies. Like I kept on making more and more and more, and like it just seemed like it was never enough. By the time Maho and Noah started portioning out the meals, they ran out of mashed potatoes, unfortunately, but we had plenty of veggies to kind of like complement the other meals that we had done, and it looked really good. We actually ended up having like a quick bite before we head out, and it was really good. A couple of things that were just surprising. I ended up getting those portions. I don't know if you've seen those at Costco. They're portions for takeout meals, and it says 50, but in a small letter, like a small print, there's a disclosure that it says 25 containers and 25 lids. And I had gotten 2 bags, so I only had 50 portions, and I panicked for a bit, obviously. I had to call my husband to see if he could help out, and he saved the day. He ran to Costco, and I'm like, you're gonna have to tell them that it's for charity because there's a huge lineup. So he managed to get in quickly, and he came by. He brought us another 2 bags of the to-go boxes, and we had enough. So we portioned 75 boxes, and we were, I think, like 2 or 3 minutes late to the scheduled event. It was really great. The kind of people who showed up, like, you don't know, right? You don't know who's in need of this dinner, or are they just doing it for no reason? Like, you just don't know. I obviously have the best intention because I grew up with these kinds of help. When I first came to Canada, like I mentioned to you many years ago, in the 90s, we had a free Thanksgiving dinner from the Salvation Army. This was for Thanksgiving, and this was for Christmas as well. And I clearly remember lining up in order to get our dinner. So this event, because it was like a drive-by, or it was like a food drive, you don't know who scheduled. And I met some college kids who were missing their mom's Thanksgiving dinner because they were like up north in BC. That was really touching, how he said, oh, you know, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be having a Thanksgiving dinner. I miss my mom's turkey. That was so cute. And I also met another couple who had privately messaged me after and thanked me for cooking the dinner because they couldn't afford the dinner during this time. Those words were just very touching to my heart, and this is the reason why I like to do it. Some seniors came as well. There was a senior who picked up 4 or 5 meals for her and some family members. Some other people who were single and they just couldn't make a whole turkey for themselves. Some farmer workers, just a variety of people, and I'm just really glad that I was able to do this event this year. Obviously not in the way that I had planned, but very touched by the people who showed me their support. And I just want to let you know this is something I want to continue to do. I want to continue to expand in this lovely gesture, and hopefully I have partners in the near future that will, I have had people ask me if they can join up with me in doing an even bigger event. And I want to hear from you as to what you would like. I want to know what are the needs that you are seeing out there in the community, because I'm really touched by those kinds of encouragements and comments. So I want to let you know that it was a success, and it was a success because of you. Some of my clients came by as well, and I followed up with them. They said that the turkey was really good, so that's actually coming to my heart, because obviously it's really concerning that you're cooking, you know, a meal for 75 people and God knows whether it'll be good or not. But I love to cook, and I did it with so much love, and I did it with so much care, wearing my mask and gloves throughout the time, the cooking process. And I'm glad that everybody seemed to enjoy it. I want to thank you again for being a part of it, and I'm hoping that you reach out to me and let me know whether this is something that you like seeing, or whether you have other ideas that maybe I could implement and start working towards. Thanks, friends.